Welcome to another episode of our Midweek conversation at First Baptist Sweetwater, where we strive to be the first responders of God's love. My name is Jerry Hendricks, and I'm your host. I'm in Studio A with my co-host, Teak Hamilton. And Teak, summer has started.
Yeah, it does.
But at least people tell me, or I heard all weekend, it was Memorial Day weekend, I heard all weekend that it's the official start of summer. So I guess officially we have the word that it's a go.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was the official start date.
Yeah, I know you've been started for some weeks now.
Yeah, true.
As most youth ministers probably have. I mean,
Right.
what, two weeks of graduations that you've attended, and
2
then you
weeks
still have one
graduations.
more to attend?
One more, 2 Sundays away, but that one's going to be in the Rangers ballpark in Arlington, so that'll
Oh,
be
so
fun.
that's why you're going.
Yeah, there's no game that day, but there are like 4 graduations.
Well, maybe, will it be the best seat you've ever had at a ballpark? At the
At
ballpark?
this one,
Yeah.
because it's the first time I've been there to actually watch a game. We had our 20 game tickets last year, but COVID hit and we didn't get to go to any of them.
Yeah. Well, it's speaking of the COVID deal. Sunday was a great Sunday here. I had no idea what to expect. It's still been sort of a strange rhythm to this time of year because of the weather, and we talked about that last week.
Right.
That with the cooler weather and still even in the extended forecast, you're looking at mid-80s, which if you'll just hang on one more week, that's the first week of camp we have.
Mid 80s, but there will be humidity.
Yeah, there will.
Because we've had like 26,000 inches of rain.
But it's cool in the mornings.
Mhm.
It's unseasonal for here.
Yeah,
For
there's
this
water
area.
everywhere.
And so, yeah, this weekend was crazy with the flooding in different areas. But
But you know what we have to look forward to? Everybody tells me, says, you know, we'll keep taking the rain, we'll keep taking the rain. Not just the humidity, but when the vulture-sized mosquitoes come out from this, I'm going to be excited. We're going to be using tennis rackets on those things.
well, with everything that had gone on, and being a holiday weekend,
Mhm.
you know, Sunday was a really good attendance and good energy in our room, and that's something that I guess have defaulted toward because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
Well, so after, I guess maybe it was sometime yesterday, Glenn Harrison sent me a picture of the worship center from a year ago, and from where he sits, that you could only see like 2 or 3 people angling towards where I was sitting on stage.
Okay.
That would have been, I was trying to remember, I thought that was the second week back with COVID. We still said that we were primarily going to be addressing the
Right.
digital audience, but I don't remember if that was the first or second week.
I don't remember how that went.
Yeah, those were in the 20 to 25 live attender range.
Yep.
But so yeah, it does feel good to have everything.
So you're saying Glenn Harrison was on his phone during service yet again?
No, this was holiday yesterday.
He took a picture.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you take that up with him. Anyway, but good to get things started for the summer with the series we're doing on David, and the message Sunday was really sort of a trailer for.
Right. It was a
for what's
prelude
going-
to the prelude.
You've already read ahead.
Oh no. But
Did you? You didn't? Okay. Yeah, it's we're in chapter 8 this next week.
Okay.
So it's still a couple of weeks before we actually get to David. I
to
think.
David. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's a fun, a good long narrative for us to get into. It's one that is a bit recognized by people,
Mhm.
and one I think that we're able to kind of, because of the moving so fast through his life, it gives us a lot of reading in between.
Right.
To kind of connect the dots for those that follow along with us in our weekly Bible readings.
Well, as you're beginning David's life, in my chronological reading plan, I
Right.
just ended David's life.
Oh,
David
yeah?
just died 2 days ago, and so
Well, so
Solomon's taken the
I
reins.
won't be able to catch up with you, I don't think.
Oh, you might. There's a lot.
Well, I don't think that I had ever spoke on the chapter 2, which is Hannah's prayer. I've never really looked at that. Probably, other than the Lord's Prayer, ever done a prayer from Scripture. I do say that again, that I am a rookie pastor and don't have a vast experience in terms of preaching through the Bible in any way, but it was a really good text and a good good thoughts for us getting into the summertime.
The thing that really catches your attention in a lot of those prayers, and you brought it up Sunday, is the dark moments in the prayers.
Right.
The Psalms, and then that prayer, there's those moments where it is very dark, but it's like, it's your honest heart and life, right, written down. That's where you are.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of where I started. I wanted us to think about just our own, if we were to have a record of our prayers, and some people do in a prayer journal.
right.
And I shared a little bit about that again, and kind of how I do it. And I'm by no means, well, there's no experts in it. I think the reason I was able to start journaling is you don't have to be an expert.
Right.
You just have to be willing to
Just right.
write. And I did talk to some folks following worship on Sunday that you do use a journal as a primary prayer journal. And I think through that you do see high and low points in your life, and that's part of the value to it. I guess what made me think about all that was, as I started a new journal, because my journals are all different sizes and from different eras and periods, I don't know how to label this, and then
Right.
I'm thinking, well, why label it? Because I don't really know that anybody wants these when I'm done with them.
They might, you never know.
So you journal fairly regularly?
Not fairly regularly.
Oh, really?
I go through seasons of it.
Okay.
Lent, I'm really good at journaling. During summer specifics, I do really well with that. Different camps. I actually do pretty well during like even children's camp where I'm not there as a sponsor, just there working. Those type of seasons. Advent I do really good, but it's kind of up and down for me.
I think it was so timely that I was talking to Richard Ferguson prior to worship. He had a new pad. It was an electronic pad that utilizes handwriting that you can that will transcribe for you, and then has a lot of the elements that I look for.
Right.
It felt good. It had a really good. That's what first drew my attention to it. It was very, very ultra thin, thinner than an iPad, and then the cover was real soft. And but he was showing me that, and
Was he using a G2 on it?
No, you couldn't use a
Couldn't use
G2 on it.
Okay.
So, but that was one of the things that he shared about just how many journals he has for a variety of things, and I didn't even want to count. I started using the old what are the college little books that you get that it's not a spiral notebook, but it's I forget, it's one of those other ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not describing it well enough, but I've got several different colors for certain things,
Okay.
and I'm spread on that.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, this morning as I put stuff in my backpack, I have 3 small moleskins plus a spiral notebook and one of those others that I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Stacy's
So-
good at doing journaling, but hers are a lot more artistic than mine ever will be. She uses art a lot in her journals.
yeah. There's a guy I started following on YouTube that uses journaling, and he uses the dot journals, and so he'll utilize the dots a lot of times to make illustrations and things like that.
That's cool.
And I think that again, that's another aspect of that, is that typically guys like me who are challenged at this think one-dimensional in regard to that, and it's pretty much just words on a page. And so, but there's a lot of uses for that, and the more creative people, I think, do have those illustrations or drawings that they use.
Stacy's coloring a lot of times. She'll have her own matte pencils. She'll be in service and you'll be speaking and she's coloring and diagramming what you're talking about.
I'll have to ask her about her favorite pencils, colored pencils.
Oh, that is interesting. She has nice ones.
Does she?
She got the expensive ones, I think.
There you go. Well, so this week we get ready for we've already had our staff meeting,
Right.
which was brief,
Right.
but brief for a reason. We've got stuff to do.
Yeah. And
So-
we didn't have yesterday to do it. Today has become Logistics Tuesday on Monday. Monday
Right.
on Tuesday.
Well, and it is for us when we think of our traditional rhythm here, which is an office Monday through Thursday, and you cut off one more day, it does make those 3 days a hustle days. And but you're doing some new things this summer with activities with students.
I'm gonna try to. We're gonna try. We 2 years ago, well, before pandemic, we did a couple special nights, a Nerf Wars night, and then a glow in the dark games night. So this year, with it being the Summer Olympics, we're gonna do Olympic games throughout the summer, and we're gonna see how that works.
Okay.
So I'm excited about it. The first, well, I think I've said it maybe on here already. The Taco Bell games are one of the ones I'm most excited about. Crunchwrap curling. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, because let's be honest, I'm not eating Taco Bell anyway, so there's that. So it might as well be used for Olympics.
Well, Crunchwrap sounds pretty good right now.
No, never in my life has Taco Bell ever sounded good.
So, well, food sounds good to me right now. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Food does sound good, yeah.
Well, then P3's coming up the end of
Mhm.
June. Oh, and I should have just gone ahead and given in to the mistakes on Sunday that things happen in threes. And so I said in my announcement time something about P3 being in November, which makes no sense at all. Were you in there when I said that?
No, but someone had asked me about P3 and when it was, and they said, didn't you do it later last year? I was like, no, it was still same normal time. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So someone else had that on their mind also.
Well, it was one of those things. That one was 100% on me, and so it was kind of crazy. But you get up there and you start talking. You got everything squared away that you want to say, and something just
we need to work on your
takes over.
teleprompter.
Right.
Whoever was typing on your teleprompter
Yeah,
didn't put it up there fast enough.
Yeah, we'll have to try that and see how that works for us. But so P3 is coming up at the end of this
Mhm.
month. Today's June 1st, so that'll be at the end of the month, that last full week, and then the P3 Sunday will
Mhm.
be, I guess, the 27th. I think
Yes.
it is.
I think
And
that's
so
Sunday.
that's become a really fun Sunday for us.
Mhm.
Maybe the most fun Sunday we have in the entire summer, with everything else that's
Oh, in
going
the summer,
on.
okay. I was about to
Yeah.
say, I don't know. There's other Sundays I like, but yeah, it
Yeah.
is fun. It's the one time of the year where we get to play games and memory verse games and stuff like that in worship, and kids get to see their parents and grandparents and senior adults and adults all play memory verse games and go back and forth, and they get a taste of what P3 is.
Yeah, well, P3 is our version of Vacation Bible School,
Mhm.
and I know that we've had a lot of folks join us since
Right.
2019, the last year that we did it.
Mhm.
Of course, last year we were online with it, but it is a high point, I feel like, for our church and what we do and how we view our role in the community. When we think about how we are first responders of God's love, we are taking the gospel to where people are,
Right.
rather than gathering at the church for a week of Vacation Bible School.
And it continues to grow, which is exciting. Used to we ended with a pool party.
Right.
But we don't do that anymore because we got too big to do a pool party.
Right.
And so that's instead July 10th, I think, is our family night at the pool.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and look. I think it's
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah, so getting too big, too many locations to
Right.
get transportation to get everyone there
Right.
for that pool party. So it's a busy week, and then that week sort of transitions into the midsummer, which really you probably just have 2 seasons of summer, June and July.
Right. Yeah,
So at
because
that
everything
point-
starts back up in August nowadays.
It moves pretty quickly after that. But anyways, we're excited about the summer and all the things that are coming up. Talking about David, hearing from our student ministry and things that are going on there, and then our children's ministry will be going to camp. So a lot of stuff on the horizon for us. We're looking forward to that, and we'll continue to do our worship on Sundays. Seeing new faces has been good,
Mhm.
and then also a number of folks regathering with us. And then also a number joining us online.
And
So
baptism
Oh,
this Sunday
yeah.
and the next Sunday.
I'll tell you what, this has been, and okay, I'm stuttering.
You're excited.
Yeah, after the last baptism, I started another sheet, and normally I would have these baptism sheets that I would file month to month,
Mhm.
and then we would talk about it in staff meeting. We were trying to schedule baptisms first Sunday of the month, and then other times if we needed to.
Right.
And so it's been exciting to see these come up just sort of rapid fire.
Right.
We'll have baptism on Sunday, and then possibly another one 2 weeks following.
Right.
And so that's exciting, and just another indication of things kind of coming back in order,
Mhm.
and looking forward to seeing more of those having more of those kinds of experiences. So
Those are fun Sundays too.
it is fun. So anyways, thank you for joining us today, letting us be a part of your week. We always enjoy getting to spend time together in our conversation, and then also sharing that with you guys.